This is a podcast from the Business Times.
Good morning. It's Monday, August 17th, 2026. From the Business Times news desk, here are your headlines. What you need to know: U.S. President Trump wants more economic pressure on Iran and reduced military exercises with South Korea. Alphabet, the parent company of Google, becomes Berkshire Hathaway's third largest investment. And thousands evacuate as Indonesia quake aftershocks hamper rescue efforts. In world news, U.S. President Donald Trump vowed to hit Iran hard economically as soon as this week. The U.S., United Nations, and European Union have applied sanctions, implemented trade embargoes, and frozen assets since the late 1970s over Iran's nuclear program, human rights violations, and support for militant groups. Since the Iran war began in February, Washington has levied additional maritime, energy, and financial sanctions and started a naval blockade. In another war, Russia carried out a wave of airstrikes on Ukraine overnight, killing 2 people at a steel plant, and Kiev launched a heavy drone attack on the Moscow region that killed 1 person and set ablaze a warehouse used by Russia's leading e-commerce retailer. In the latest attack since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, Russian forces struck Ukraine's biggest steel plant overnight in President Volodymyr Zelensky's hometown. In the region, around 5,000 people have been evacuated after a magnitude 7.7 earthquake smashed an area in eastern Indonesia, killing at least 53, blocking roads and causing landslides. More than 130 people have been injured, many with broken bones. Saturday's quake was the Southeast Asian nation's deadliest since a 2022 quake, killed hundreds in West Java. Nearly 1,000 aftershocks had been recorded since the quake. Nearby, hundreds of residents filled a sports stadium, which has been designated as an evacuation spot. U.S. President Donald Trump said he was not happy about U.S. participation in joint military exercises with close ally South Korea and is scaling back the drills aimed at deterring rival North Korea that start today. President Trump's comments yesterday, ahead of the annual Ulchi Freedom Shield exercise in South Korea, underscored his willingness to challenge long-standing military alliances, as he harked back to his negotiations with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un during his first term that failed in the goal of tackling its nuclear program. And Japan's economy grew slower than expected in April to June. Government data showed today that private consumption softened due to headwinds from higher raw material costs and supply disruptions linked to the Middle East war. The annualized 1.1% increase in gross domestic product compared with a median market estimate of 2.0%. In companies and markets, Berkshire Hathaway boosted the size of its investment in Alphabet by 83% in the second quarter, making the parent of Google and YouTube its third largest stock holding. Berkshire said in a regulatory filing that it owned nearly 106 million Alphabet shares worth about $37.8 billion as of June 30th, up from 57.8 million shares 3 months earlier. The stake included a $10 billion investment announced in June to help Alphabet expand its AI infrastructure. The dollar fell after data showed U.S. retail sales unexpectedly declined in July, helping send the euro and sterling to multi-month highs as traders weighed Federal Reserve policy. Retail sales dropped 0.6% last month after an unrevised 0.2% gain in June. Economists polled by Reuters had forecast retail sales, which are mostly goods and are not adjusted for inflation, edging up 0.1%. And the stocks we're watching include Straits Trading, OUE, and Hotel Properties Limited. For updates throughout your day, visit bt.sg, and don't forget to check in with our daily wrap podcast, Market Focus Daily, at 6 this evening.
This is a podcast by the Business Times. Find more BT podcasts at businesstimes.com.sg/podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.